over here. Come see. Oh, I got punched. Sorry if my face is shiny. My dog just licked it a bunch. Hi, I'm Casey, and I don't know what I'm doing. If you're new here, I talk about books I read, books I buy, which is today's lovely topic with this giant pile over here. Yeah, so let's just get into it. It was recently my birthday, so I got a whole bunch of books for my birthday, and I have also bought several books over the last couple of months. So I thought, let's just do a quick little book haul today. Why the fuck not? The first one I have here is Tiny Nightmares, Very Short Tales of Horror, edited by Lincoln Michael and Nixeli Nieto. I do not know if I've pronounced that correctly. I probably have not. I am so sorry. This is an anthology of short tales of horror. I love anthologies. I love buying anthologies and then putting them on my shelf and forgetting about them for months. So it's probably the fate of this one, but hopefully I'll get to it sometime within the next year. The next book I have here is The Beautiful Ones by Silvia Moreno Garcia. I listened to the audiobook for this last year, and I've read several of the author's other works, and this is my favorite of the author, so I wanted a physical copy, so I bought it off a book depository before they closed down. The next one I have is Carmilla by Joseph Sheridan Lefanu and edited by Carmen Maria Machado. I don't know terribly much about this one. I believe this is about a young woman who is seduced by a female vampire, and this is an older vampire tale. I think this might predate Dracula. I cannot remember that for certain. Please don't trust me. Google it. But I was really drawn to this not only because it has this gorgeous cover of these various bats here, but also because I really love Carmen Maria Machado, and I believe somewhere either in the, not the introduction, yes, the introduction, or the afterword, she talks about her love for the story, but also why she wanted to keep some things in here that were really problematic, but were definitely indicative at the time that it was written in, and I'm just excited to get around to read this. I love vampire fiction, and I want to read more of it. The next book I have here is The Trees Grew Because I Bled There. This is collected stories from Eric LaRocca. I read Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke, and I believe And Other Misfortunes is how the collection of that is titled. I read that last year from this author, and I enjoyed everything that was in there, so I really wanted to read more from him, and I am excited to get my hands on more short stories. The next one I have is Cursed Bunny by Bora Chung and translated by Anton Her. This is another just collection of horror short stories. I've heard this is weird as shit. I heard it's strange. I heard there are ones in here that are really difficult to get through and hard to get through, and I'm excited to make my way through this. Yet another short story collection that I picked up, Things We Lost in the Fire by Mariana Enriquez. I read The Dangers of Smoking in Bed from this author last year. There was another collection of short stories, and it's probably my favorite short story collection that I've ever read. It was absolutely incredible, and I just really wanted to read more from this author. I'm currently waiting on her novel from my local library that has recently been translated as well, but I am so excited to have a physical copy of this. I think that this author and whoever their cover artist is, they just do beautiful work together. The insides are just as gorgeous and striking and disturbing as the outsides are. The next book I have here is The Last Werewolf by Glenn Duncan. This I don't know too terribly much about. Down here at the bottom from the Washington Post it says it's a dark thriller. I believe this follows as the title would lead you to believe, the last werewolf in the world, and I think it follows him as he has like some existential crises and is dealing with, you know, being the last of his kind, and it's honestly, without having read it, it's probably just a giant metaphor for something, and I'm excited to get into that. Next one I have here is Erotic Stories for Punjabi Widows by Bali Kaur Jaswal. This I don't know too terribly much about. Heard nothing but incredible things about it. I believe this is literary fiction, maybe a little satirical. I can't remember if that's entirely accurate. They are expecting to learn English, but she believes she is teaching short story writing. Okay, I'm really excited for this one. I think it's going to be fun. I think it could also be very emotional, and I love literary fiction that can make me feel a variety of things, and I'm hoping to achieve that in here. Next book I have here is The Cat Who Saved Books by Sasuke Natsukawa and translated by Louise Kawai. I don't know terribly much about this. I saw this cover and the title at Barnes & Noble, and I immediately bought it because it looked adorable. I think this has a dimension-hopping cat that goes and tries to save books or bookshops, and he meets a young boy or man who has just inherited a secondhand bookshop. Yes. and it just sounds really fun. It's fairly short, and I think that this is just going to be a really fun and lighthearted time. The next book I have here is Hummingbird Salamander by Jeff Vandermeer. I've read 5 novels from this author previously, and I actually have a collection of his work that I received for my birthday. This is the first one here, but this is the only standalone. I have no idea what it's about, but I like Jeff Vandermeer and I love his work, so I am excited to get around to this one. The next 3 books I have are all a part of a trilogy, so I'll just quickly go through them. We have City of Saints and Madmen, Shriek and Afterward, and Finch. All 3 of these are the Ambergris trilogy. I am excited to get to them. I believe this is set it's set in the city of Ambergris. A short story that I recently read from this author was tangentially related to this, and I really just can't wait. I love this author's work. I think he just writes strange and compelling and just weird and beautifully written science fiction, and I'm excited to get into it. The next book I have here is Black Leopard Red Wolf by Marlon James. I can't even begin to tell you what this is about. I know this is fantasy, I know it's a series, and I know it has a very gorgeous, striking cover. You will have to give me a moment. I need to check something. The cover artist for this, the illustration, is the same as this. I have a type. I think that this is just a beautiful cover. I have seen the sequel for this as well, and it has just a striking and beautiful of a cover, and that's primarily the reason I wanted to read this. I also really kind of miss getting into series and like starting series and that like excitement of knowing that there's this whole wide world for you to explore, so I'm excited to get into this one and hopefully have a lot more to get through and a world and characters to just fall in love with. The next book I have here is Atalanta by Jennifer Saint. I read 2 of this author's previous novels, Ariadne and Electra, and I loved both of them. This one I am going into with a lot less knowledge though. Ariadne and Electra, I had a baseline, at least moderate knowledge and understanding of the mythology behind it and where it was going to go. This I have no idea, and I am so excited, and I cannot wait to get into this one. The next one I have here is Unmask Alice, LSD, Satanic Panic, and the Imposter Behind the World's Most Notorious Diaries by Rick Emerson. This is a nonfiction following all the things that would be listed in the subtitle, I assume. I've had this on my want to read shelf for a long time, and I am just excited to be reading more nonfiction this year, and especially more nonfiction that I'm interested in. Then the last one I have here is Glory by No Violet Bulawayo. This got a lot of, I believe, Bookish Award buzz last year. I think that this is potentially a satire. I can't remember if it is or not. But this follows, I believe, a real-life revolution or uprising that happened in Zimbabwe, but all of the people and the characters are animals in this story, which I think is just going to be, you know, very fun and engaging, and I think it's going to be a very interesting way to tell a story, and I am really excited about this one. This one was a gift from my lovely in-laws. Thank you guys so much. I know you're not watching this, but if you ever do, thank you so much. This is one I've been so excited for ever since I first heard about it. And that's it. Those are the books that I've bought or been gifted recently, and if you have any of these that you're looking forward to hearing me talk about or that you think I should read first, please share with me down in the comments. I hope you're having a lovely day, and I will see you the next time we put out a video, which should be next Friday. Do algorithm things if you want. If not, see you next time. Bye.